Think about your favorite part of the school day. For most of us, it happens right here, in a sunlit courtyard, running around with the people we like. Playing a quick game of catch is easy, but sticking together when things get complicated or when someone has a bad day, that requires actual effort. A poet named Jill Wolfe wrote a short guide on how to put in that effort, titled A Friend's Prayer. She starts with a simple promise: "May my friendships always be the most important thingy." She continues by saying that having special friends makes her feel blessed, genuinely lucky, and because she feels so lucky, she owes it to them to give her very best in return. But what does giving your best actually look like on a random Tuesday afternoon? How do you react if your friend suddenly talks about a wild, impossible goal or starts acting grumpy for no obvious reason? The real test of a relationship happens in those confusing moments. We build lasting bonds by how we choose to respond when our friends are complicated or need us the most. Let's step inside the classroom. Imagine a student named Priya. She leans over to her best friend and whispers a huge secret. She wants to win the district science fair, despite the incredibly tough competition. The poem tells us exactly how to handle this moment. It reads, "I want to do much more than share the hopes and plans of friends who care. I'll try all that a friend can do to make their wishes come true." It is very easy to just nod your head when someone shares a big idea. The real work begins when you consciously decide to take their goals seriously, instead of laughing or brushing it off. Elevating your support means you pull up a chair, you grab some cardboard, you get the glue, and you become a teammate, physically helping them build that project from the ground up. When you put your own time into making a friend's wish come true, you prove to them that their success and happiness matter equally to your own. Now let's head back outside. Priya spots her friend sitting completely alone on a bench, glaring at the ground, refusing to speak to anyone. This is where the next part of the poem comes in. Let me use my heart to see, to realize what friends can be, and consciously make no judgments from afar. When we look with our regular eyes from across the playground, we make a judgment. We quickly assume the friend is just being rude or giving us the silent treatment. To understand what's happening, we put on these heart glasses. They filter for empathy, letting us look past that spiky exterior of anger to see the true emotions underneath. The friend isn't actually mad. That anger hides sadness over a torn shoe or a bad grade. Empathy means consciously closing that physical distance between you. You walk over, sit down right next to them, and simply ask, "Are you okay?" You completely drop the negative assumptions and offer your presence instead. When that friend realizes they are understood instead of judged, the anger melts. The relationship grows stronger because you navigated a hard day together. That brings us to the final line of the poem, "But love my friends the way they are." People are complicated. Your friends will have bad moods, they will make mistakes, and they won't always be perfect. Accepting those flaws is what real care looks like. Jill Wolfe's poem gives us a clear recipe for friendship. We show up to support their biggest dreams, and we look through our heart glasses when they are having their hardest days. Try this tomorrow at school. The second you see a classmate acting unusually grumpy or sitting alone, pause. Put on your heart glasses before you decide how to react. Following these specific steps takes practice. But doing the work is how you turn a regular playground buddy into someone you can count on for life. By offering active support, choosing to understand their struggles, and accepting them, we build relationships that live up to the promise of a friend's prayer.